You can learn how to build $7,000 project by watching and following my upcoming video playlist, which contains 50 hours of content how I built social media website in Laravel from start to finish, and how I deployed this on production environment on custom domain with GitHub Actions and CI/CD pipelines. This playlist will be posted here on YouTube, and it will be available for free for everyone. Before I jump into the project features and show you what I have built, you might have this concern that there is no way I'm building this $7,000 project and I'm offering this for free, and this might be another clickbait title. I decided to build this project about a month ago. I wrote down all the features I wanted to implement in this project, and I immediately started working on it, and I started recording entire process. My initial goal was to create something around 10-12 hours and post this as a single YouTube video. But at some point I discovered that I already had 40 hours of content and I had really exciting features implemented in the project. So I got curious, how much was the project worth, which I was developing for free and I was putting a lot of effort. I was even thinking creating premium course out of this, but finally I decided to make this as a free playlist because I wanted it to be available for as many people as possible. So to get the price of the project, I get all the implemented features, convert it into project requirements, and submitted job application on Upwork. I got 16 proposals overnight. I filtered them and only left the developers who had at least several $1,000s earned on Upwork and had a very high percentage of project success rate. I asked all of them to have a look at my requirements and give me a very rough estimate. I didn't want detailed estimate. I didn't want them to spend too much time on this. I just wanted a very rough estimate. Now, let's talk about the numbers. The numbers are starting from $600 up to $25,000. The $600 was basically the lowest amount I got on this project. There was this guy who had a low success rate compared to everybody else, but everybody else basically estimated the project at least $2.5 or $3,000, starting from $3,000. So here I have all the numbers. I have 10 different numbers, so I decided to calculate an average cost of the project estimate based on these numbers. So we have some insane numbers like 25,000, as I mentioned, and we have the 70,000, the maximum value, and so on. So basically, I got all the minimum numbers and I simply calculated the average, which gives me totally $6,080. So that's the project average cost from the Upwork. Considering the fact that I added several more great features to the project after I submitted the project on the Upwork, those features in my opinion are at least $1,000, and here are the features: writing post content with the help of AI, pin posts at the top of the group or the profile page, implement dark mode, implement searching for users and groups, implement hashtags and searching with the hashtags, preview for the video files, preview for the URLs, and deploy the project with CI/CD on hosting. So in my experience and due to my estimate, that new features are at least $1,000, probably it is even more, which totally gives us $7,080 project cost. Please let me know if you don't agree with this number and if you think it differently, or how you would estimate the project based on the features. And I'm gonna also show all the features, and probably there might be a list in the link in the video description, which will give you the whole list of the project features. As a disclaimer, I don't mean that if you follow this tutorial and build this project, you will immediately make $7,000 out of it. It doesn't work like this. But if you work on this project, it will help you to improve your programming and Laravel and web development skills. And if you put this project in your portfolio, that will make your portfolio definitely much more noticeable. And if you keep working on such type of projects and improve your skills, plus improve your portfolio, at some point you will feel so comfortable that you can easily get $7,000 or maybe more for such types of projects. And because I developed this project like under 50 hours, you can easily do these 2 such types of projects in 1 month, even not even working full time. It sounds too good to be true, but the fact is that I definitely developed this entire project under 50 hours by working like overnight when I got home from work or on the weekends. And I'm offering, as I mentioned, the whole playlist from start to finish, how I worked, including all the struggles, all the challenges I had. If you're watching this, you're probably beginner or under intermediate level. I have been working in web development for over 12 years, and I have been working in PHP frameworks almost 8 years. I have worked on many such types of projects. Now, I would like you to imagine that you and me both are working on the same project. Let's say that we have been given this project to complete together, and you as a relatively less experienced and I'm as your mentor, I want you to follow with me and build everything where I'm building. Imagine like we are sitting in the same room and you are sitting next to me and I'm developing and you are following with me on your laptop. Okay, so you're going to see every single process, how I start searching for solutions, how we overcome those problems. Building project is not only writing the necessary functionality, it is also to get creative. Try to find solutions when you are stuck. Try to find workarounds when you are following the package README, for example, and it doesn't work for some reason. Writing good commit messages, working effectively in short time frames. Use keyboard shortcuts and live snippets to speed up your working process. Don't overthink and be focused on the MVP. At the end of the project, we're going to deploy this on custom domain with GitHub Actions. As a choice of hosting provider, I'm going to use Hostinger, who is very kindly sponsoring this entire huge project. We are going to deploy the project on Hostinger shared hosting servers through CI/CD pipelines. As I mentioned shared hosting, you're probably thinking that shared hosting is awful and I should not be using shared hosting for Laravel projects. Well, I had the same opinion until I discovered Hostinger. About 8 years ago, I tried several shared hosting services and all of them sucked for me. They were awful. They didn't have possibility to configure PHP version, configure the PHP extensions, or control my PHP settings. The biggest issue for me was that I didn't have possibility to access through SSH, and the only way to deploy the project was uploading through FTP. Uploading the entire vendor folder through FTP is definitely not fun. I started using VPS hosting and I haven't looked back to shared hosting until I discovered Hostinger about 3 years ago. They have very modern and user-friendly H panel from which you can control the PHP settings, PHP versions, PHP extensions. You can control all your database settings. You have possibility to manage your emails, DNS and name servers for your domain, and you can even create backups. And the most important thing is that you have access through SSH and you have Git support built in as well. This gives me possibility to log in on my server through SSH, clone my project using Git and execute Composer install, and I can have this project set up in seconds. Take this as an honest advice from the person who has worked on shared hosting as well as on the VPS hosting. I also have 2 separate tutorials how to deploy projects on shared hosting as well as on VPS hosting. VPS hosting is great if you want to have much more control and if you also need different language features. Like you might build your project on PHP, but you might need certain features from Node.js or Python. If you are building a project which only requires PHP and doesn't require anything else, and if you don't have tens of thousands of users, daily active users on your website, then you should consider shared hosting. Go to the website hostinger.com/thecodeholic or click on the very first link in the video description. For only limited time, their premium shared hosting starts at $2.49 per month. Plus, they offer 3 months for free. So if you plan to follow this playlist and finally deploy your website on shared hosting on custom domain, I think this is the perfect time to grab their hosting. And the price includes free domain, support up to 100 websites, unlimited number of SSL certificates, and there are much more. You can check all the features on Hostinger's homepage. Click Add to Cart button, which redirects you to the checkout page. You can choose the hosting period. By default, this is set on 48 months plus 3 months for free, which includes also free domain. Free domain is also included in 24 months and 12 months, but the biggest saving you are getting on 48 months period. If you decide to get Hostinger's shared hosting, use coupon code TheCodeholic during checkout, which will give you extra 10% off on already discounted price. And thank you Hostinger for sponsoring this entire project. Now let's see the features and the demo of the project. Before I show you the demo of the website, I'm going to quickly walk through to the features and to the plan I was following when I was developing this project. So here are all the features what I have implemented. I'm not going to obviously talk on each of them right now, but you can just pause the video and see what features are already available on the website. I have split it into multiple group sections, and you're going to see everything right here that is already implemented in the project. Now let's focus on the demo. When you open the home page of the website, you are redirected to the login page. You either have to log in with an existing account or you have to create a new account. The account creation process is pretty straightforward. You just have to provide the name, email, password. You have to verify your email address. And once you do so, then you can already log in from the login page. When you log in, you have this main layout split it into three parts. On the left side, we have this My Groups, and here we see all the groups I am part of, or I am admin of this group. On the right side, I see all the users I am following, and in the middle section, I see all the posts which is relevant for me. This is my timeline. I see my posts as well as the posts from my followings and the posts from the groups I am part of. Okay, we have this possibility to create new group from here. I provide the group name. I can enable auto approval on this group, which means that every user will be able to join this group without my approval. Or I can disable this auto approval, which means that the users will have to request access on the group and I have to approve it with the email. I can provide the description about the rules and the description, everything related to group. It can support pretty large texts right here. Okay, I'm going to cancel this. And this is the main timeline, as I mentioned, and each post has the following actions. We have possibility to open the post on its own dedicated page, which gives us a post dedicated URL. We can see the post like comments, everything on its own page. This is good to share that specific post to somebody else. We have this copy post URL as well, which is going to copy the same URL, whatever is right now when you open the post in the URL. And we have possibility to pin the post on my profile page. You can only pin your own posts. You cannot pin somebody else's post. So if I scroll down below, I'm going to see this Mary's post. When I click on this drop down, we have this pin action right here. And why do I see this pin icon on the Mary's post? The thing is that I am John Smith, is admin of the Vue.js developers. Okay, and I see this pin post, which means that I am able to pin that specific post in the Vue.js developers group, because that post created by Mary is inside the Vue.js developers. And if I click pin right here, that post becomes pinned. And when I check the Vue.js developers group page, I can see that this post is pinned right here on top of it. And we have obviously possibility to edit our own posts or delete our own posts. One great feature is that whenever I create new posts, obviously I can provide text and I can attach files, but inside the text, if I provide some URL, so then we also fetch the preview for that specific URL. And as you can see, we can have this preview. And if I submit this right here, if the only thing that I submit is the URL, nothing else, we don't even show that URL, we only show this preview. And once I click on this preview, it opens that link on its own page. This is pretty handy and nice feature. So if we are about to create new post, I have possibility to upload any type of attachments, almost any type of attachments. And we have previews we have immediate previews as well. We can remove then one of the uploaded attachments if we don't want it for some reason. And I'm going to click on submit. Once the post is created, then we have preview for video and photos. And we also have this possibility to download each attachment on MouseOver. So this is a handy feature. For example, if we want to use this as an instructor wants to use this for his students, the mentor can upload some zip files or some programs which they can easily download, and the mentor can create a private group and then invite the students inside this group, and the students can join to the group and then they can share that information. So we have that possibility right here. We have we only preview 4 items, then we have this plus 1 more. When we click on the attachment, it expands on a full screen. We have possibility to preview all the attachments. Doesn't matter how many attachments we have. Obviously, we have possibility to like our or somebody else's post. We have possibility to submit comments. right here, we also have possibility to like the comment or leave sub comments right here. We can collapse the comment section or add another sub comments, and we also have possibility to create as the sub comments as deep level as we want. Like I can create sub comments on that level as well. So then I can collapse all of them and collapse the entire comment section. Now, if I click on this user profile page, this opens a dedicated user profile page. This is my profile, and we have several tabs right here. And right here we display all the posts that is created by me. We have obviously possibility to create my own post. We have followers, and those are the users that is following that are my followers basically, and the followings are the users I am following too, and I can every time click on one of the user profiles, which opens the different users profile page. And we have this photos section inside which we display all the uploaded photos that is available uploaded by that specific user, and we have this full screen right here as well, and we can just go through all the uploaded photos from that user. And we have this my profile section, in which case we have possibility to update my profile information like the username, which is automatically generated during registration, or update my password, or even delete my account. I also have possibility to update my cover image. I click on this, I can choose, let's choose a different image, then I can cancel or click on submit. At the moment, we don't have possibility to crop to any specific section what we want. Instead, if you just choose the image, you can either submit or cancel. If I hit the submit, the cover image was automatically changed. Then I can obviously change the avatar image if I want so in the same way. Here I see number of followers to John Smith. If I check somebody else's profile page, like Zura has also 3 followers, but what if I check John 2? John 2 basically has only 1 follower. And we have this button to unfollow that specific user, and follow or unfollow action triggers email sending to John 2. If I click unfollow right now, I just unfollowed John 2. Now he has 0 followers, and John 2 will receive an email that John Smith basically right now unfollowed you. Okay, so this entire everything, this is not yet the whole part, but this entire everything was developed in the white mode. And later stage we added dark mode. So I'm going to switch to white mode right now, and this is how it looks like. Okay, basically everything is compatible in the white mode as well. We are going to check everything in the mobile screen as well, because everything is fully compatible with the mobile devices as well. So here we can see everything. We can switch to white mode, dark mode, and we have this my groups and my following section becomes a collapsible areas. So I can see all my groups right here. I can search for my groups, or I can create my groups if I want. So I can provide some rules and additional information to that group as well. Okay, this is great. If I go on the groups profile page, when I click on the group, we are redirected to the groups profile page, from where we can see all the posts that are created inside the group, all the users which are part of the group. Right now, I am admin user. John Smith is the admin, as well as the owner of this Vue.js Developers 1 group. And there are other admin users, like John 2 is also admin of the Vue.js Developers, which means that John 2 will be able to approve other users to join to this group, or invite other users to join into this group. So when I click this invite users, it brings up this modal, and I can type an email address of the user, and when we hit submit button, it will send invitation to that specific user to join to Vue.js developers group. And then the other users can join to that specific group by just clicking a link on their own email. So we have this everything set up from scratch. I can remove the role for the John 2 user and switch to a regular user, which means that John 2 will not be able anymore to invite somebody else's in the group, or I can completely revoke access and remove John from this group. We have these pending requests, which gives you all the pending requests. Basically, if somebody else requested to join to the group, then they will be available right here. We see all the photos that are created inside that group, that are uploaded inside that group. We have the load more functionality as well. Here, and this about section gives you possibility to edit your group details, change the like group name, for example, or enable auto approval or update the rules. We're going to hit the submit button, which gives you the following information. The group title is also changed. And now if I go in the user section, and Mary is not part of this group, so I will log out and log in as user Mary. And let's access to group Vue.js developers. And Mary doesn't have permission right there, so Mary will request to join to this, and admin users will be notified about this. And we have on local installation, we have this MailPit server running, which sends emails locally. Here we see that request Mary, user Mary requested to join to group Vue.js developers. This email was received to was sent to admin user John. At the moment, there's only one admin user inside the Vue.js developers. This is John Smith. So John Smith has to click on this. When somebody clicks on this approve request, it will simply open the group page. But then if the John Smith will click on the group page, and it will be redirected to the following page, John Smith can see pending requests Mary, and John Smith can either approve or reject the Mary's pending request. Here I see that there are no pending requests, which is not quite right, and this is something which will be you can consider that this is already fixed after the demo is recorded. Okay, and when I click this approve, then there are no pending requests. However, right now, Mary user will be able to create posts inside the Vue.js developers group, and this Vue.js developers group is available for Mary on the left side. And here we see that, and Mary can create some test posts. Actually, Mary already has created some test posts in the Vue.js developers earlier, but later her access was revoked by admin users. Admin users have also this ability to delete posts from another users, and the post owners have this ability to delete comments on his own post, even if the comment belongs to somebody else. We also have this great feature, which I almost forgot to mention, which is this AI. So basically, we can give some kind of prompt, like I have created 50 hours video playlist on how to build social media website in Laravel. And once I provide the prompt and click on this AI assistant icon, this will use the OpenAI's API, and it will generate the post content for us. It takes a few seconds, but in a very second, here we go. Okay, so this gives us the post content for social media. Basically, that's the whole purpose of it. And we have these hashtags as well. I hit on submit. Okay, because this is the pinned post, the new post was added below this pinned post. And if we read more, we're going to see that these are the hashtags which are highlighted. And as soon as I click the hashtag, it's going to also search inside the search area the post which has the following hashtag right there. And there are two posts right now. Those are the other posts which are created earlier. Okay, I can go back, and we also have this global search, which gives you a possibility to search for inside groups, users, as well as in posts. We can see there are no users with a name. There are two groups found with the following keyword, and there are the following posts found with the following keyword. The reactions on the post is implemented in a way that you can easily add other type of reactions. At the moment, it is only like, but the database, the behind architecture is ready. You can add different types of reactions such as sad or love or laughing or whatever you want. All the posts on the timeline are loaded if you scroll down below with the load more functionality. If we go in the Vue.js developers, for example, and I scroll down below, you can see that the posts are loaded as you keep scrolling at the bottom. Let's go into another group like this Laravel developers group. Not this one actually. Let's we have this Laravel developers, and let's grab the URL, and I'm going to log in with another user like Zura, for example, and let's open this Laravel developers. And as you see now, Zura is not part of the Laravel developers, but we have this join to group, which means that Laravel developers has auto approval, and as soon as Zura clicks join to group, he will be joined into the group. And Zura now can see all the users, all the photos, about area, and the posts, and obviously he can be the first one to create post on the Laravel developers group. But if the auto approval is not activated on the Laravel developers group, then Zura will see that request access button. For example, Zura sees posts inside the Vue.js developers because Zura is actually part of the Vue.js developers. But right now what I'm going to do is log in with John Smith, and John Smith will remove Zura's access on the Vue.js developers. And then when Zura will log in, he will not see Vue.js developers in his timeline. But if somebody else provides the link to the Vue.js developers, then Zura can request access, and the admin user will be notified about this and then can approve that. At the end of the project, we're going to deploy this project, and we're going to use also Amazon AWS SES service for email sending, which is one of the best email sending service, which I also use on production for several years. Maybe it doesn't seem that much, but there is a lot of work behind this website. So I'm really excited to have you on board and just follow with me and let me know in the comment section what you think about this project. If this project is something that excites you, the single best thing what you can do right now is to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not. Your support means the world to me. Additionally, you can also like the video and provide positive comment if you have anything to say. I want to tell you also my personal feelings when I was building this project. At some point during the development, you're going to see this in the video as well, I sometimes feel stupid because I didn't immediately realize how simply I could do the things, and I was doing in a wrong way. And I want to mention that this is a part of natural project building. Sometimes you feel stupid, sometimes you feel disappointed, then you discover that you made some stupid mistakes and you need to go back and fix them. The building process is not that smooth, but what I really love is the result, which is beyond my expectations. That is exactly what I want you to be focused on. You might get stuck, you might get disappointed, just stop the video, don't continue working, take a break for several hours or several days, and then come back to it. So just be focused on the result. Don't be focused on the stress. Try to enjoy this process. You're going to learn a lot, but be focused that you're going to achieve the final result, and you're going to learn how to build such types of websites from start to finish. Considering all these struggles, no matter how many years of experience you're going to have those struggles, but be focused on the result. All right, I think this is all what I wanted to say. If you're excited with this project, please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. They will be posted several videos per week. And if you learn something from this, and if this project helps, and if you want to do something in favor, you can check my Patreon page as well. Or you can purchase my premium course, How to Build E-commerce Website with Laravel and Vue.js. It is like a 30 hours of long full premium course on my website, thecodeholic.com. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you in the upcoming videos.